Very exciting call. Now, I do have two screens here. Do you guys hear echo or are you guys okay on sound? Okay, everything's okay. Perfect. All right, so we're excited to have everybody on. This is going to be a very special workshop. We're really confident about what is going to be accomplished in the next 8 days of time. We are, sorry, hold on a second. And we see many people joining us at 9 a.m. early in the morning, which we're really excited about. We are going to be diving into 8 different topics in the next 8 days. And we appreciate everybody making the effort to start off 2024 in a very powerful way with us this morning. So before we get started, I would love to see where you're connecting from. If you could go to the chat box and just briefly let us know what city you're connecting from. We'd love to give a little shout out. We have, let's see here, we have New York in the house, we have Pittsburgh in the house, Massachusetts in the house. Good morning. And we have, let's see, Idaho in the house, Sacramento in the house, and Fort Worth, Texas in the house, Las Vegas, Chino Hills, and Alberta, Calgary, Roseville. Welcome to the call. New York, LA, New Jersey, Texas, Calgary, Brea, Houston, Vancouver, Austin. I think we got the whole country on the call. Honolulu, Hawaii. Wow, it's like 7 a.m. over there. Welcome to the call. Tucson, Arizona. Good to see you, Esther. Leesburg, Beverly Hills, and Busan, Korea. Wow, I think it's like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. over there. We appreciate everybody joining in. If I missed your city, I apologize. I'll make sure to mention it tomorrow. Since we're only going to be doing this for 30 minutes every day for Tuesday through Friday this week and next week, we only have 26 minutes left. We're going to be diving straight into it. Someone's on the call from Taiwan. Wow. That's incredible. I think that's like 2 a.m. in Hawaii too. So let's get straight into it. All right. First of all, I want to share a couple of slides because, I think a lot of times as we go into trainings, sometimes we wonder, why is training important? What does training do? Well, I want to give you a couple examples to really help you understand what you're going to learn in the next 8 days of time. First of all, we're going to do a little exercise. And if you haven't seen if you have seen me train on something like this in the past, which I think I used this example maybe once or twice during 2023, if you have seen it, don't participate because we want to really help people to understand the point of this. So I'm going to show you numbers. Okay, I'm going to show you numbers, and I want to encourage you to count from 1 to the highest number on this page in the order, but you have to count. You have to look for 1, you have to look for 2, you have to look for 3, and I want you to find it in the order and count up to the highest number on here. And if you, let's see how long it would take you to do it. And as soon as you finish, put it in the chat box that you have done it. And we would like to recognize you and see who accomplished this first. And even if you're not first, as soon as you finish, you could type it in there, I did it or whatnot. And I think it'll be great exercise for us to understand why there is training and why we do what we do. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna get the time ready here. Let me get the clock. Here we go. We got the stopwatch. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Let's get started. Ready, set, go. Take a look at these numbers and just count all the way up to 45, starting from 1 all the way to 45. But you have to count in order, 1, 2, 3. And as soon as you finish, let me know in the chat box. But if you've seen me do this exercise before, make sure not to participate so we could have an accurate, time of how long it took the first person to actually accomplish this for the first time. They're all on there. I know you're looking at me like, dude, I don't see the number. Yes, they're there. But just look for the next number, count through 1 all the way through 45. Put it in a chat box as soon as you finish. Yep, they're there. See, 24 is right there. Yep, 30 is right there. Oh, yeah, I know some of you are still at 13. It's right there, pretty small, but it's right there. Yeah, it's there. Yep, definitely 25 is there. You are not blind, but it's there. Okay, just look for the next number. It's there. I know some of you still stuck at 8. I'm gonna give you a tip. 8 is at the bottom. Okay, 8 is right there. But as soon as you finish, let me know. Let's see who's the first person who gets this thing done. They're there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're looking for 33. Yep, they're right there. 19's there too. Yeah. Soon as you finish, let me know. Let's see. Done. Okay. All right. Eve. She did it. Okay. Okay. Chris Rosario did it. All right. Mr. Chris Rosario did it. Eve did it. Okay. Ted did it. All right. Congratulations. Okay. If you're still doing it, that's great. Mr. Kenny's done it. Now, the first person who did it, it took 1 minute and 48 seconds. Now, wow, all of you done it. Wow, what an accomplishment to start off 2024. We all counted from 1 through 45. Hey, can you imagine? That's what we got here to do. We count from 1 through 45. That's our first day of workshop. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm just kidding. All right, so now let's try this one more time. That was your first time. And you did an incredible job. First person, minute and 48 seconds. Someone's still stuck at 23. Let me help everybody out. If you're still counting, you could stop now. But let me help you out and do. Let me give you a little bit of guide. Let me give you a little training, actually, and let me provide a little process system training and explanation to you that will help you to count better. This time, I want you to try it again. But this time, I'm going to give you lines. And these lines, let me explain. The reason these lines are there is, it's in the order. So the top left box, one's there, and top middle box has 2, and it goes in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and after that, number 10 is in the top left box again. So it's in the order, and this time now you have the lines, and you know what section they're in. I want to encourage you to do it again, and let's take a look and see how long it would take you to do it. Some of you, your egos are hurt right now because you couldn't do it, the first time. Okay, this time, let's see if you could beat the first person, Eve, or Mr. Christian Rosario, and actually get it done, in a shorter amount of time than they did. All right, so let's start one more time. Don't count yet. Let's start in count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now, as soon as you finish, it is echoing. I apologize. Soon as you finish, as soon as you finish, I want you to type it in. All right. Oh my goodness, you already finished? Are you kidding me? There was like 16 seconds. How did some of you do it in 16 seconds? Done. Many people getting it done. Done. Okay, we see you. All right. Done. Okay, many of you. Wow. Everybody's finishing right now. I think you get the point, right? So take a look at this. Earlier was minute and 48 seconds, but just a little bit of lines. That's all we provided. I didn't do it for you. You still count it yourself, but you were able to do it in 18, 19, 20 seconds of time. The reason we did this little exercise is to let you know that that's why we do trainings. That's why there is a system. That is the reason why we provide these trainings to really help you clearly see on what you could do to, if you know where to look, you could do it in 18 seconds, what used to take you a minute and 48 seconds to do. If you know what to do first, and if you know what order to do it in, what maybe would have taken someone a year to accomplish, you could actually accomplish in your business in 1 month of time. That is the power of training. That is the power of system. That is the reason why we're going to be doing these 8 workshops to train you on these 8 different topics. Today, we're going to be talking about designing your life, which includes goal setting and time management. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about customer mastery. And, we're going to talk about every aspect and every different scenarios that you could pick up customers and you could have built customer base. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow on how to do it. Number 3, third day, we're going to be talking about our compensation plan, little more details and complement mastery. How do you understand the plan and how do you strategize with this plan to maximize the plan effectively immediately, right? And number 4, this Friday, we're going to be doing team building mastery. We're going to be talking about how to recruit better, how to invite better, how to present better, how to close better, how to promote better, and how do you really enroll someone in the business to launch their business better. We're going to be talking about that. Next week on Monday, we're going to be talking about momentum mastery. We're going to talk about the sensitivity of momentum. How do you create momentum? How do you advance momentum? How do you sustain momentum? We're going to be talking about that next week, Monday. Next week, Tuesday, we're going to be talking about events and presentations, trainings, duplications. We're going to be talking about those. And next Thursday, we're going to be talking about leadership and communication mastery. And next week, Friday, we're going to be talking about this new year of 2024, how you could truly position yourself and design your life in a perfect way for you to maximize 2024 in a big way. All right. So, system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And I think the little exercise you just saw, you understand that you could go from minute 48 to 18 seconds just by simply having a little guide on what to do. My whole career of personal development started when I first got to go to Mr. Jim Rohn's seminar back in 2004. This is 20 years ago. And I remember going to the workshop that was in California, and all day workshop, a lot of the things that he taught at that seminar is what really turned my life around. That day completely changed my life, and it got me to understand that if I want to have something, first I have to become something. And in these 8 days, maybe you don't have any customers yet, maybe you don't have a big team yet, but if you could become a master of customer acquisition, if you could become master of understanding events and trainings, if you could become master of recruiting and team building now, if you could become a master, if you could learn how to be a great leader now, and you become first, then you're going to have everything you're learning to become. So, during the workshop, I want to encourage you to, have notepad or or journal, or have a pen, something ready to take a lot of notes, because, you're going to forget, right? Zig Ziglar said that, my memory was good, it's just very short, right? A lot of times, we pick up ideas, pick up stories and strategies, and we don't write them down, and we wanted to apply it, but by the time you get to it, a couple of days later, we forget and we don't get to apply. So make sure you take some great notes. And during the training, as we dive into it, I do want to encourage you to focus on what to do going forward for the future, and not compare and not beat yourself up for things that you maybe have done in the past that wasn't that productive. A lot of times when I give workshops or train, and when I work with different leaders or upcoming leaders, as they're learning, so many times their mind wander off to the things they've been doing wrong, and they focus on of the past, how much time they wasted, how many people and team members maybe they could have done better with, and they beat themselves up instead of getting motivated and excited for what's to come in the future. So focus on what to do going forward. Don't worry about what has happened in 2023 or what hasn't happened in 2023. And I believe that every single one of us are going to be able to really maximize from this workshop and really go out and build your business in a big way. And as we start this workshop and dive into the first session of Design Your Life Mastery, I do want to talk about this first. All right. E plus R equals O. I believe that's the life formula. E stands for events. R stands for how you respond. O stands for outcome. You know, many times some people say, well, I'm not successful because this happened to me, because of the economy, because of the taxes, because of my spouse, because of my parents, because of my kids, because of the city or area or environment I grew up in. And that's what they focus on. Why? Because I got laid off, because this person quit, because this person didn't join. All those are events. But what my mentor made me realize is, Danny, it's not the event that's going to determine the outcome in your life. It's how you respond to the event. It's E plus R, is how you determine the outcome of what's going to happen in your life. You know, so as we get ready to start off 2024, I want to encourage every single one of you. It doesn't matter what happens in the economy. It doesn't matter what happens with the election this year. It doesn't matter what happens with interest rate this year. It doesn't matter what happens to the real estate market or the economics of everything that's going on. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with all the events that occurs this year, 2024. It will determine how much you win in 2024. Your outcome is based on what you do about what happens. It's not about what happens in life in general. This year, 2024, will be some of the toughest times for some people in this country economically. However, this year, 2024, will be the most successful and financially profitable financial year for some people in our country. You know, so if someone's going to win big this year, and if someone's going to lose big this year, which side of the equation would you like to be in? It's going to be determined by how you respond to everything that happens this year. And same thing within Riman. Some people in Riman this year are going to make over 7-figure and make over $1 million in commissions this year in 2024. Mark my word, I promise you, there will be distributors outside of Korea, in United States, in Canada, in Taiwan, global, Riman Global Opportunity. There will be leaders this year in 2024 who will be earning 7 figures in commissions, even though we're just getting Riman started globally. There will be many people that's going to be earning multiple 6 figures and 6-figure in 2024 in Riman Opportunity. Now, some people are only going to make a few $1,000s. Some people are going to only make $10, $20, $30,000. And that's a win, and that's okay. But the question is, if some people are going to make 5 figures and some people are going to make 7 figures, what category do you want to be in? And I'm just letting you know, it's not up to anybody else but you. So Jim Rohn put it like this: it's not the blowing of the wind. Wind blows us on all. It's the set of the sail that determines which direction you go. So let's dive into the first day of workshop, which is Design Your Life Mastery. So the first lesson I want to talk to you about is goal setting. Now, goal setting is extremely important, especially when it comes down to goal setting. You know, a lot of times, a lot of people want to achieve a lot of things. They have high hopes, but they don't have a plan. Now, I'm echoing a little bit here because I wanted to try doing this whiteboard. And if I'm echoing too bad, let me know and I could stop it. But if not, I would like to do this. So here, 1 second. So a lot of times as we go out there and build our business, a lot of times, we run into people that say that, hey, I want this beautiful life. I want to retire my parents. I want to pay off my student loan. I have young kids and I want to prepare college funds for them so they don't have to get student loan. And I want to provide education for them. I want to send them to the school they want to go in Europe or, wherever. Or I want to buy my spouse a car. I want to retire my husband or my wife from their corporate job they don't like, or whatever it may be. And I could just share with you that, so many people dream and so many people think about big things, but they don't know how to turn their dreams into a reality. Let me give you a quick formula on how you could turn your dreams into reality. Dream, you have to first turn it into a goal. And once you turn it into a goal, you could take one more step to turn it into a reality. So how do you turn dream into a goal? It's very simple. You just gotta put a deadline to it. If someone says that I want to go on my dream vacation, I'm just going to use vacation as an example. It's easy for all of us to understand and relate. My dream vacation is Hawaii. Someone says, oh, my dream vacation spot is Hawaii. If they just say that my dream is to go to Hawaii one day, they could literally say that for 10 years and never get to go. But if they say that, hey, 2024 summer, we're going to go to Hawaii for our family vacation. Now it's not a dream vacation anymore. It's a goal vacation now. And from there, if you could just put a plan, if you could put a detailed plan on going to your dream vacation spot, now that dream just became a reality. Let me explain. You said, okay, well, family vacation to Hawaii, let's just say it's going to cost $20,000. And you say to yourself and your family, we just got to make extra additional $20,000 in next 5 months of time to prepare to take our family on a nice dream vacation to Hawaii this summer. And it's January and you put a plan together. Okay, by April, because I want to book everything by April and we're going to go on the trip to Hawaii in June, I'm just going to have to make sure I make $20,000. So how do I make extra $20,000 in the next 4 months of time? All right, I'm going to start off with January, make $3,000, and April, February, I'm going to make $5,000, and I'm going to make $7,000. And I'm going to make just extra $5,000 in April. And that will give us extra $20,000 to go out there and go on this vacation. And from there, you said, okay, how do I make $3,000? Or how do I make $5,000 a month? And you do the math and go, okay, if I'm a senior manager, all I have to do is every time, I go out there and get this many customers, to get this much revenue, this is how I make $5,000. Once you break down that plan and you know exactly what you have to do daily, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, all I have to do is make sure that I'm inviting maybe 2 people to take a look at our opportunity daily. I just got to get 1 customer a day, whatever it may be. Soon as now you got a daily plan on what you have to do to make that a reality. Now, once you start working towards the vacation, once you start working the plan, once you break it down, you got a deadline, you got a plan, and you start doing what the plan says every single day, what happens is it's not a dream vacation in your mind anymore. You know you're going to Hawaii this summer. Your family knows you guys are going to Hawaii this summer. You don't talk about it like hopefully one day it happens. You talk about it like you're going to Hawaii this summer. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter. I'm just using Hawaii as an example. It is echoing. I'm gonna turn this whiteboard off here. I apologize. So it is it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it's a house, maybe it's a dream home this year, maybe it's a dream car this year, maybe it's a dream income, maybe 2023, your full-time career, maybe you're used to making last 5, 10, 20, 30 years, maybe you're used to making $100,000 a year. Maybe your family's used to making $50,000 a year. Maybe your family's used to making $250,000 a year. But you would like to maybe increase that to 500,000 this year. Maybe you would love to turn Riman into a business where you match your full-time income from your plan A in 2023, so you could double your income in 2024 and maybe possibly even have an opportunity to have options where if you don't continue plan A, if you don't enjoy it anymore, right? So whatever that may be, it doesn't matter if it's $10,000 vacation or $100,000 vehicle or $1 million house. Doesn't matter what it is, at any size of your dream, soon as you put a deadline to it, maybe something is 90-day plan, maybe something is a 3-year plan, maybe something is 12 months plan. Soon as you put a deadline to it, you turned that dream into a goal. And as soon as you put a plan down to, and tomorrow we're going to talk about customers. In 3 days, we're going to be talking about team building. In 2 days, we're going to be talking about the compensation plan. So as you write down your dream, and once you understand our compensation plan in depth, and once you master how to get customers and how to build a team, now you have a clear plan on what activities you have to do daily to make that dream a reality for you to achieve your goal. Whatever dreams are you're setting up right now, whatever that may be, It's not a dream income anymore. It's not a dream house anymore. It's not a dream car anymore. It's not a dream situation anymore. It is yours. It's reality. You're in the plan, working it. And every day you can wake up in the morning excited, knowing that you're working the plan to go out there and live your dreams and turn your dream into a reality. Does that make sense? So make sure that you set a deadline. Maybe planning, we're going to help you next 3 days of time. But whatever your dreams are today, before tonight's over, before we get back together tomorrow morning, I want to encourage you to think big and write down your dreams. Dream big. My mentor always said, Danny, just make sure you don't shrink your dream to match who you are today. You got to change who you are today so you could match your dream. All right. So there's nothing that's too big when you're dreaming. Only limitation you could possibly have is the one you put on yourself. Once you figure out these dreams, you got to write it down. I could tell you when I was 18, I did this. I did this when I was 20. I did this when I was 22. I did this when I was 25. Everything I've ever wrote down on my journal as my dreams, and I've said to it, every single one of them have become a reality. And I want to encourage you that you got to write it down. If you don't write it down, there's a less chance it's going to become a reality. So write it down. And after that, we plan it out together next 3 days of time during the workshop. And once it's all written, now you got to you got to have end in mind. It is a done deal. You know, because you're committed, because you have a plan, and you know that you're committed to do what it takes daily to get there. Every day, I want you to go out there and live in 2024 as if it's already done. Why? Because it is done, because you're in control of it and you're going to get it done. And we're going to talk about how to master being productive. Jim Rohn said, do not make your mistake your movement for achievement. We're going to talk about being productive and maximizing your time, and how do you execute consistently. We saw the number example earlier. If you don't know where to look, it's possible to, have anxiety and be busy, but take 2 minutes to do something that you could do it in 15 seconds of time. And we're going to talk about in next 8 days of time, how you could do this properly and be effective. 1 hour you put in, you're getting the 1 hour results. I want to just briefly mention time management since we're starting new year. Whatever you want to accomplish, okay, if you want to manage your day better so you could be productive better, write down your priorities, write down your to-do list, okay? Every day, things that you got to get done in business, personal life, write it down. Number 2, prioritize what you have to get done, what's more important. And after that, number 3, here's what most people do. A lot of people have to-do lists, a lot of people have they prioritize, but here's what they don't do. They don't assign each item, each task with certain time to get the job done. Give you an example. Here's what most people do. They're at work worried about their kids. They're at church worried about their business. Where they're with family, now they're, worried about, what's going on at church, right? So, what Mr. Jim Rohn said is, wherever you go, be 100% there. Wherever you go, be 100% there. How do you make sure you're 100% there? If 3 p.m. says that that's the time that I'm going to be doing power hour of getting customers and inviting people for the business, you only focus on what you're doing and not worry about if your bills are going to be paid. Why? Because your personal life bills being paid, you've scheduled it for 6 p.m. or maybe 10 a.m. And you don't worry about kids when you're working. Why? Because you scheduled it. And you said, hey, at 4 p.m., I'm picking up the kids, I'm spending time with the kids, helping them with the homework, or whatever it may be. So whatever items that you have to get done, whatever is on your to-do list, write it down, prioritize it, schedule it. So wherever you are, you're 100% there. And every time you get something done, check them off the list so you could get excited to check all the lists off the list, before the day's over. All right. So all we have to do, we don't have to make miracle every day, but we just have to make sure in 2024 we're making measurable progress in a reasonable time. All right, so let's go out there and have an incredible day today. January 2nd, 2024. Let's have an incredible year together in 2024. You're a champion for being here this morning. Give yourself a big hand for being here this morning. We look forward to spending more time with you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I promise you, you're going to love it. We're going to dive into customer mastery and make sure that every single one of you could build a residual income of 6-figure or higher by mastering getting customers with Riman. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow. We do have orientation tonight for those of you that are brand new partners in your team. Invite them over to the orientation. It's going to be good. All right. Have a great day. We'll see you guys tonight or tomorrow. And God bless. Bye-bye.